Hey everybody, G-Bear Homesteading the Desert with an update here on the 5th of May. And I wanted to show you that I did get the rest of my floor joists in, and I started laying out some blocks where the blocks have got to go. And that's because this is a 12-foot wide unit. So it'll be a 4x8 sheet will go across to there, and then a 4-foot by 4-foot piece will go here. And then in the next section it'll alternate and go the opposite direction, so I'll have blocks on that side. And then the next section will be blocks on that side up against the cabin. The other thing I did today, well, as you can see, I made a patch in the wall there because I cut that open and got into the water lines inside the wall. And I came out with some shark bite, 1/2 inch, and I got it running over. It's longer than it needs to be because it's going to end up going inside of a wall over on this side. And then you can see over here, I got my barrel set up here, and I put a hose bib in the bottom there. And other than like I did before, where I actually glued a flange on and then screwed it into the flange, this time I basically just drilled the hole, 3/4 inch hole, threaded it with my pipe threads. I'll show you those in a minute. And then put some sealant on it and screwed the faucet straight into the barrel. And that worked out a lot better. Then up here, so that I wouldn't get all kinds of bugs going into the water, I made a little foam cover there to block that off so that the bugs won't go down inside. And yeah, there's dirt on top of here because this barrel was the one that was over against the container over there. And I took most of the water out of it first in yellow buckets and carried it, and I filled up my 2 rain barrels all the way to the top, as I use that for irrigation. So another thing I wanted to show you, while I was sitting over here a little while ago, I happened to look inside here. And even though this old plant is dried up and dead, there's a brand new one coming out right down in there. And my little one that's on the window over by the electric room, same thing. I've got a bunch of brand new sprouts coming up. So my aloe vera is going to make it. I got my board set up here for cutting the wood blocks I got to cut for tomorrow. And you'll see I've got clothes on the line because I did a load of laundry. I got my washer completely hooked up, and temporarily I put a valve right here on the corner, and I just hung an extension cord over the top of it right here with the plug-in. And I can still use that while I'm working with power tools on the addition over there. As soon as I get that floor joists and blocks and everything in there, I'm going to start measuring for what I need for running my gas lines, because right in that wall where this vent pipe is coming up, there's going to be a wall heater on the bedroom side, propane wall heater, so I got to get propane over to there. But I did leave a stub out right there. And then I like to barbecue, and I hate changing the little tiny propane bottles all the time. So what I might do is when I come off that, I'll go over there and tee, and then come out to the front wall, and I will put a spout coming out of the wall there, a nipple coming out, I mean, and have that set up so I can tie my propane barbecue directly into the big bottles of propane. That was the one that the first one there, that's the one I was using since November, and that one is still got about 20 pounds in it, but I already switched over to the tank 2 because I didn't want it running out while I was away. But now that I don't have to run the heater anymore, because it was like 94 degrees out here today, and I got a little bit of sun, I just went and took a cool down shower in there, but then the wind picked up and was blowing the water, and I said, okay, well, I'm just gonna take a break, and I'll go back into the shower when the wind calms down. One thing I did inside the shower with what I had threatened to do once before is I put a bench seat down in there. Now I can either sit down in there to block the wind and wash in a sitting down position, or I can put my foot up on that one at a time, and it makes it easy to clean your feet, because you get a lot of dirt on your feet around here. I walk around a lot in flip-flops, but the dust gets in between those and cakes on. The other thing I wanted to say was, this is all work clothes that I did the load of laundry, and my cleaning rags and things like that, except for my robe there, which I sometimes throw on in the morning if it's a little chilly when I walk across to the outhouse. And the thing I noticed was that, boy, I sure missed hanging my clothes on a line to dry instead of putting them in a dryer, because they smell just wonderful. I mean, boy, did that bring me back to my childhood of smelling those fresh clothes coming off a line. They really smell great. So I'm going to love that part of it. All right. I think that's about all I have to say today. I got my welder loaded up here, ready to go back into the container because I'm all done with that. And I got a few things I want to get handled tomorrow, like the blocks on the floor joists. And if I get some time freed up between tomorrow and Monday, I'm going to go over there and trench all the way around the chicken coop and get ready to put the bottom row of wire in, so that the rest of it will be just easy stuff. But once that bottom row is buried a foot below the surface, so nothing can tunnel underneath it, I'll feel a little bit better. Of course, my coyote feeder has not been getting emptied lately. I don't know what happened there, but the coyotes quit coming around, so I don't know if they were on vacation or if they took a flight to New Jersey or what, but there's something going on. I haven't seen a single ground squirrel anywhere. I got some nice green plants going around here, and they don't seem to be coming around for any of it. But that's a good thing. Okay, G-Bear signing off.